Abject poverty coming up next on my channel. Okay, I'm being slightly or perhaps very overdramatic. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leigh Monet. Welcome to some more adventures in middle aging, and especially adventures in joblessness, first of all. Yeah, this is going to be a quick life update because there are some things that have happened in my life, one thing in particular, that are going to affect this channel and my life, because my life is the channel. Anyways, so the first thing is, as of December 31st, when I clock out from my job, whenever that is, I will not have a job anymore. And I think I mentioned this in my very, very first video, which I can link if you want to watch it. Turn up the volume really loud because the sound was terrible. But I mentioned somewhat obliquely, I think it was, that I was thinking about that I wanted to step away from the corporate world and blah, blah, blah. And I kind of had a plan in place. I was going to do that next year. I was really looking at like the end of February. I had a great plan. And as the old adage says, man plans, God laughs. Then man laughs along with God to keep from crying. That's kind of where I am right now because about a month and a half ago, I was brought into our head of HR's office and was told that they were moving our positions. It's my position and there's one other person in my office who does what I do. We work with contracts. They were moving it to the corporate office. So I work for a company that has a parent company that is based in another state. And they've decided to move our positions to that office. And it makes perfect sense what they're doing. I won't get into all the details. It's very boring. It's very corporate. And I was given two options. We were given two options. We could choose to move to that other state, or we could take a severance package that would go into effect on January 1st. So it took me about 2.5 seconds to decide that I did not want to go to the other state and pack up all my things and my life and go there and get further and deeper into the bowels of corporate America. And so I will not have a job as of the end of business on December 31st. We don't know yet what the severance package will be. Today, the day I'm filming this is December 1st. Tomorrow is Monday, December 2nd, and that's when we will find out what that severance package is. We're low-level functionaries. We're not expecting it to be a huge package, so who knows what'll happen. So I won't have a job, and this will be the first time I've not had a job since I figured this out 2011. So when I had lived in Atlanta for a few years, decided to come back from there because things were not quite working out. My financial situation was terrible. So I came back to the city that I had lived in, that I'm living in now, that I had lived in before I moved to Atlanta. So I came back, and for a few weeks I did not have a job. I was going to be looking for something, and then something opened up and I kind of fell into that. Then I kind of fell into several other different positions, and I think that's part of the problem is I've never really looked for something purposefully that would really work with me. And so I ended up in all these positions that worked okay with me, but not really. And this position that I'm in right now, it's legal stuff, it's terms and conditions. There is, believe you me, lawyers do not want you to be, to have any kind of creativity with contracts. That's pretty much frowned upon. So any kind of creative desire you have is not gonna really work. It's pretty much quashed. So it just didn't work with who I am as a person and what I want to do. And what I really want to do is act. I know it's such a huge cliche here on YouTube, a failed actor who starts a YouTube channel, but that's really what I've wanted to do for so many years. And I don't even know where it came from. There is no one in my immediate family who is artistically minded. There's no one, even in my extended family, who really was very artistically minded, especially not performing arts. So I don't know why I was cursed with this desire, but I was, and I really enjoy it. I love the collaboration. I love working on a script and creating a character in tandem with other actors and a director and with all the other artists who are putting their creativity into it. I love that. I love it, and I want to do it, and I'm tired of acting like I can do something else and do what I really love as a hobby, which is how we tend to do things here in the United States of America. You work at a job you don't like or maybe actively hate for years and years and years, and then you retire and do the stuff you want to do. And hopefully you don't die a week after you retire, which unfortunately happens all too often. People work all their lives and then they retire and then they aren't able to enjoy that time. So my goal is to work on creating this life that works with who I am, which works with what I love to do and where I have talent to do it. But it's going to take a lot of work, and that is where this channel is going to come into play, along with some other things where this channel is going to come into play with what's happening. So I really struggle with self-motivation. I am like a lot of artists. I have all these great ideas, but it's really hard for me to motivate myself to do stuff. So my plan is to do some sort of check-in, whether it be weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Probably for the first little bit, it will probably be a monthly check-in, because I'm not anticipating doing a whole lot of stuff right away, just because I need to get things moving and going. And the first month, so January of next year, I'm looking at probably doing a whole lot of what they call, somewhat derisively, navel gazing. I want to do some work on myself physically, work on myself mentally, mindset, that type of stuff. I have some things that I'm thinking about that I just haven't felt motivated to do, because I'm psychologically just exhausted all the time from the job that I've been doing, because it's a very frustrating job. It's not even really stressful, it's frustrating. Partly because it's working against my natural talents, but also because there are a lot of things. We're stuck in the middle of a lot of different groups and people and forces and things like that, and it's been very frustrating. So I'm actually looking forward to being out of that. I wasn't anticipating this time frame, but what are you gonna do? I just have to live with it and work with it. So yes, I'm going to take some time to work on myself physically, mentally, psychologically, really work on setting up goals. And I'm going to be working on goals in this month, December. I went ahead and bought the power sheets. If you've been following anything in the planner community or goal setting community, you've probably heard of them. And I may talk about them some, because I need to work on my goal setting, because I've been very bad about that. Reference this whole thing about self-motivation. I really resist the idea of writing down goals, even though it's been proven that doing that really does help you meet your goals and reach for them and make progress on them. So that's what I'm going to be doing this month, and then into next month, working on that, really making a plan. I have some ideas for some income streams, so I know that right away it won't come from acting. I understand that. I have some people I want to reach out to, people I know from back in Atlanta, some people around here where I live, who have some contacts, and I want to, even for a while, give my talent and my time free of charge, just to get some experience and just to, sort of get my, just dip my toe in, as you say. So yes, that's some of what I want to do. Now, as far as this channel goes, besides the update videos, obviously I'm not going to be bringing in money right away. I don't know if I'm going to be bringing in any money. I am so fortunate and so blessed and so privileged to have, especially in the last year, but looking at it even further out from that, I'd say the last 2 years, I've made a really good effort at putting money aside into savings. And this last year, especially with my budget and having a line item for savings and really concentrating on that, I have a nice little chunk set aside. It's not unlimited. It is not a huge amount. But if this had happened to me with my job a couple years ago, I would be in full-on panic mode. And I'm not. So that's a huge thing. That's why you really need to think about savings and putting money into savings. Please do that, because it really helps. PSA over. So I have that. So I can spend the first, especially the first month, not earning anything, and I think and I'll be okay. I'll be fine. I will have things taken care of. I will be able to pay the things I absolutely have to pay for, and I will be okay. I will be very fine. That's another thing I want to work on is I want to look at this from the point of view of abundance, not scarcity. I don't want to be thinking, oh, I don't have enough, I need to panic and try to get something, because I do have enough. And I have the blessing now of having some time where I can concentrate on some things that I really have struggled to concentrate on, just because my mind is so preoccupied with the job, and I won't have to worry about that. I'll have other things I need to worry about, but I won't have that. So yes, this channel, skincare specifically, that is really what I've been concentrating on. If you look at the last few videos that I've put out, it's been skincare focused, because that's really what I want to focus on as my sort of the main thrust of my channel, at least right now. Obviously, if I'm not bringing in money, I need to be really conscious, even more conscious than I've already been, about what I spend on the things that I need, including my skincare. So I am going to be looking at some much lower cost skincare options because of this whole thing that's happening, because I need to stretch that skincare dollar out a little more than I have before, just because I have to be conscious of that, at least at the very beginning, at least through part of next year. I don't know how long, but that's a work in progress. But yes, I'm going to be talking about some affordable skincare options. Well, whatever affordable means. Obviously, my definition of affordable has changed in the last few weeks, which is the problem with the word affordable. It's different to different people, and it can be different to you at different times of your life. And this is definitely a situation where that has happened. So I'll be talking about lower cost skincare. I have some ideas in mind. I just made an order in the last week from The Ordinary, which is a skincare line that has lots and lots of very affordable options. And I'm looking at using that in tandem with some other ideas and some other products from other companies to, again, like I said, stretch that skincare dollar, but be able to use really good, effective products for my skin issues, for the issues that we have as middle-aging people, and dealing with all of that. And yeah, so things are pretty much in flux right now. I will probably be able to put more videos out because I'll have more time, and that's what I really wanted to work towards, was putting out more than one a week. So because I have all these ideas and I want to do more and probably shorter videos. I'm hoping this one isn't too long. But yeah, work on that, work on my skill set, work on my focus as far as this channel goes, as far as my life goes, and take you guys along with me if you're interested in that. And like I said, I'm going to hopefully be able to set videos up so that, I don't know if I mentioned this, but mark them in such a way that, you know, if I'm talking about acting stuff, because I have some ideas for that as well, because I'm working on some stuff with that. So for my acting friends out there, I'm going to be working on some stuff like that. But if you're here for skincare, you may not want to watch that. So I'm going to try and work on some sort of system where you can know what the video is about really clearly, because I will have a few different things that I might be focusing on as I move forward, with skincare still being the main focus, the main thrust of my channel, because I love it. I love talking about it. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I think I'm going to stop it there because I could go on, and I'm hoping that this video is a little bit shorter. So I'm hoping that this will be helpful to somebody. So if you are in a stage of life where things are changing a lot and you're having to deal with some new stuff and you feel a little bit lost, hey, I'm right there with you. So you are welcome to join me. Please like, share, and subscribe, because boy, could it really help me, especially when I no longer have a job. I'm not expecting YouTube to pay any bills of any kind, at least for who knows how long, but this is a creative outlet, and I'm hoping that it can be useful not only to me, but to maybe somebody out there who is dealing with some of the same stuff I am. So if that sounds good to you, please join me. You can hit the subscribe button. I think there's going to be something over here for subscribing. I will probably pop up another video over here if you want to watch some more. And thanks so much for being here. The throwback track. I've been doing a throwback track with every video, and I think I had an idea for one. I know, The Pretenders, Back on the Chain Gang, because I won't be in the quote-unquote prison of my corporate job, so that song just kind of popped to mind. So I will pop a link to that down below. I will, I may have some other things linked down below, who knows, I'm not quite sure. This one was a little strange. Thanks so much for being here, and I hope to see you back for the next one, and take care.